Hi everybody, today we're going to be looking at a classic algorithm in computer science. This is the linear search algorithm. Now what the linear search algorithm does is, starting at the first element of an array, the linear search algorithm processes the array step by step, looking for a specific value. For example, if we're looking for the value 11, we're going to start here and we're going to process the array step, 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 step. Oh, we found it. And then we're going to do something. Maybe we're going to store the index of this element. So that's what we're going to be looking at in today's tutorial. So first of all, we're just going to set up a variable. I've called it search val, which stores the value that we're going to be looking for in the array. Okay, so this is the first thing we're going to do. Next, we need to set up a variable to store the result. For example, if we're looking for 11, I want to store the index of that element in this example. Okay, so findIndex is going to store the result. Now I am assigning it a starter value of -1, and we'll look at why I'm doing that in a moment. Next, we need to set up some iteration so that we can step through the array, element by element. So a for loop will allow us to do that. And we're going to go from index 0 all the way to index 9. Now then, let's look at some logic. If I can turn this on. There we go. Okay, the logic is, if the element in the array that we are currently processing is the same as the search value, then we're going to store the index I in our findIndex variable. Okay? So let's just see how this works. FindIndex has a value of -1. Now we're going to loop through the array. Let's start with I having a value of 0. If 37 is the same as 19, well, that's not true, so nothing happens. We go down to the end of the for loop and we go back to the beginning. Is I 9 yet? No, it's not 9. So I becomes 1. If num's 1, which is here, if -1 is the same as 19, no, that's not true. So we don't do any of the if logic. We jump to the bottom of the for loop and go back. Is I the same as 9 yet? Nope. I is going to become 2. If num's 2, which is 12. If 12 is the same as 19, no, it's not. So we're going to continue this logic. Is 16 the same as 19? No, it's not. Is 19 the same as 19? Yes, it is. If 19 is the same as 19, then findIndex becomes 4. We found it. We found the element, so now we can store the index. That's what that for loop is going to do for us. Now, when the for loop has finished processing, we need to just find out what happened. So to do that, we can use an if statement. Notice I'm outside the for loop. If findIndex is still -1, well, that means we didn't find anything, right? If the findIndex is still -1, we didn't find this value in the array. Okay, so we're just going to output not found. Else, it means we found it. We're going to output the item is at index, and then we're going to maybe concatenate the find index variable, this one, onto that output. Okay, so that's how linear search works. Now, your challenge is going to be to translate this code into your programming language, maybe Python, maybe Java, maybe C. See if you can figure out how linear search works in your programming language.